I'm Helen Croydon. I'm a journalist and dating expert, and I've read this book, He's Just Not That Into You, by Greg Berrance and Liz Tusilo.
I am Stuart Hood. I am the regulars editor of FHM magazine, and I am the toxic bachelor in the News of the World. So I guess that makes me a man expert.
Now, this book is great for women who want to get married, but it shouldn't be advertised as generic dating advice.
This is a series of questions basically saying, Dear Greg, why on earth is said man not loving me, not doing this, not doing that? Answer every time, because he's just not that into you.
The author, Greg, seems to have this outrageous stereotype of women that they just want to get a rock on the finger, they want to walk down the aisle, and all relationships are based on that model. There's absolutely nothing for the happy singleton, or there's nothing for people that just want to enjoy a relationship for what it is, or for a little bit of companionship, a little bit of fun. Rather than just being a stereotype, he also goes that one step further and tells women that that is the sort of relationship that they should be looking for.
It plays into the audience of the book, who I have no doubt are a bunch of bitter single women who want to blame anybody but themselves for being still single. And that's really the basics of the book. It's, Greg, why am I still single? It's because your man's fault, not yours. Oh good, that makes me feel good. And that's the point. It's a feel-good female book, although it makes you feel bad.
I've been happily single for years, never questioned that, quite enjoy that lifestyle choice. This book has even made me question that.
One of the problems of society at the moment is that we are obsessed by analysing things and basically paralysed by over-analysis. And so it's always like, why doesn't somebody want to go out with me? Why does that happen? Sometimes things just go wrong. This is the case. And not everything can be patronised, not everything can be said, oh, that's why he's done this, that's why he's done that.
I think it can make women quite neurotic as well. There's one little bit where he advises this woman who says that the guy cancels a date because he's too busy. So he advises her that, oh, he's probably not that into you. I mean, that's outrageous. That's telling women to be more demanding than they already are, and it's setting these real high expectations, which I think is one of the key causes of a relationship failing in the first place.
You might find women standing across the table trying to say, oh, Greg said that means he's a bit not into me. Oh, Greg says that means he's a bit not into me. Oh, that's it. And always looking for negatives. And if that's the case, and if that's the way you go in, then you're never going to find a man that's that into you.
He portrays men as being these predatory sex fiends. All they want to do is have a good time and avoid commitment, and women as these sort of, needy, oh, please just take me down the aisle type creatures. And it's not like that. And very often, it's the complete opposite. I think men and women are equally in search of commitment, and there's also an equal number of people that just want to have a little bit of fun or a little bit of casual, non-committal companionship.
It's basically the worst of both species, but then by creating these stereotypes, it's what people want to know, don't they? It's what it kind of feeds to the audience.
I can understand why it was so popular, because I think at some point nearly all women and men have been in a situation where they've been completely besotted with someone and the feelings have not been returned. So I think there's always going to be a little bit in this book that people can relate to, and I think at some point in their lives, both men and women have been in a situation where they've considered a long-term commitment, or at least wanted something to go that one step further and not have the feelings reciprocated.
It's obviously an incredibly successful book, and it's been turned into a movie. So one of its big things that I thought is that certain circumstances, shall I say, evoked memories from my personal life and my friends' personal lives and things like that. So it's actually quite on the money when it comes to things that might have happened.
The only good thing about this book is that I think it is pretty sound advice for women that do want that ultimate goal of getting a rock on their finger.
And the best thing about the book, undoubtedly, is the tone. Greg is a stand-up comic. It comes across very clearly in the writing. There's some very sharp little sentences, some very clever ways that he plays on people. He gets the letters and he answers them back in a succinct, gives them a little nickname after the letter, which is amusing and endearing.
Some of the advice is pretty sound, such as, if the guy is if he says he's going to call on Sunday and he doesn't call till Tuesday, he probably isn't that into you. But that is something that you can probably figure out for yourself, and you don't really need a whole book on it.